Wow, look at FedEx making a 215.05 hit. Is it going to pull back? I don't know. 215.06 it went. Yeah, yeah. What's the possible target for this thing? 217.97, 215.42. Pulling back a little bit though. Let's see in the past where we could go and look and see where this could go. This could go all the way. Let's see what we got going on here in this area. So we got some possible target areas. Oh, this is too far out. Let me do 2 days. Okay, we've already passed the 210. We could get to, what can we get? Yeah, trying to find some areas here. Yeah, still might need to go down to 1 day. 214.95. 216.02 is a possible high. Also, maybe a little bit more realistic than possibly a 220 today. We can't rule it out. 210, 216, and a 222. Let's now go check on United Health. Wow, it did 463.89. Wow, that order block knocked that out completely. Where can we go? There's a possibility this thing could go to 450, but we're gonna hold off and wait and see. We already got the 463.47. What we got in the past where this could go before it hits that low of 450. We got a 454, and let's see what we got. 454. We got a 462. Already passed that so 462, 462.9. Create an alert for that. At or below 462. Put an alert there. Let's try to mark that with our price targets here. 462.93. Yeah. I'm thinking it could probably go to 462. If we hit the 463, unless it's finding some form of support, then that's a goner. But for right now, 463.89 for a low. Oh, we got a green, see? So it is. God. Oh, we hit that order block though. Wow. Smart money came in. Smart money might try to push it up. See what it does. What areas do we have to go to? Alright. Okay, it broke through that. Yeah, it did. It may go to 466.49. Oh, what is this gonna do, United Health? Long entry, possibly here at 466.14. Sitting here at the 465 area, has to pass this order block that we see right here. There's an order block right there. Claims to buy a call in this area, but we're still on a downtrend according to our chart. So, yep, pulling back, pulling back. Is it going to revisit? Still got a short signal. Is it going to go back to the 463.89 and break on down to 462.93? Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they say you can't be scared trading. Got to take the risk. Don't give yourself too much time to think. But you do still need to think. But you got to interpret those prices really well. This is why some of our charts are jacked up, you guys. We got that show bubble holding our chart hostage. You have to sometimes go through and uncheck these unwanted parts of your indicators. I don't own any of these indicators that you see on the screen whatsoever. These are open source things that someone gave everybody the opportunity to utilize. I don't like my chart too many lines. So some stuff I may look at, make a note of, and then move on. I'm trying to see what else I have up here that's throwing off my chart. Nothing much really at this point. Alright, we at 464. Are we going to continue this downtrend since there was some resistance here near the order block area of 465.57? Pull back even earlier. May go back down and retest this area, or begin the unfortunate trend trading. Sideways movement. Is wow. Let's look at FedEx. FedEx has been running. You would have got in a call on FedEx on Wednesday, and you could have literally rolled FedEx from 192 all the way to 215.2 on today. And that strike more than likely has quadrupled itself easily. Wow, look at that. 2265. Let's look at the history of that 192. Right. Ooh, low of 37 cents on January the 30th. That hurts. Let's go. Let's look at this regular day. Oh, crazy. That's crazy. Low of 37 cents for this FedEx 192.5 call on January the 31st at 9:32 a.m. 30, was it this one? 37, 37. Can I zoom in? Okay. 9:30 a.m. got as low as 60 cents again on Tuesday at about 10:09. Wow, you guys. Look. Ridiculous. Wow. Just watch it run. Goodness. Even if you would have got in it at $2, $4, $5, the high was $21.75. Now, we're going to do this math quickly because you all know that's what I like to do. Imagine if you would have bought 3 contracts. 37 cents times 3 is $111. Okay. The high for this was $21.75 minus 0.37. 21.38 times 100. 2,138 times 3. $6,414 in within 72 hours. Crazy. Crazy. But that's what happens when you can call this stuff the way you need to call it. Wow, you guys. 215.28 for FedEx. It has broken out of this 214.96 order block. It could have very well pulled back, but it actually broke out of it, showing that it couldn't get below this 214.7. Was told to buy a call in this area. Really easily should have been called, I would say, a long time ago. Yeah, way right here. I'll even go even further out, but just been going, guys. From 180 to, when was this? 130, 23. Crazy. When was this? Monday. How much is that 182? How much is a 182? At least a 184. 184 FedEx is wow, $30. We gotta go check this one out, guys. This is 185. This is a 185. What was the low? Just let us see. What was the low for this 185? Tell us the truth. Don't break our hearts too much. What was the low? So maybe the low was still 2. But look at the daggone high. It's $26.85. Who cares if it was that low? You had it $2.38. And this happened on the 30th at 3:56. And here we are on the 3rd day. It's all the way to $26. Are you gonna cry about $270? I would right now because things are tough. But someone else, $26.85, $2.38 to $26.85. 72 hours. If you would have had 5 contracts, you do the math. We do it. 215.48. We believe that that FedEx is probably going to more than likely go to 216. It is exactly 12:43 in the afternoon on this February 2nd, 2023, and FedEx is breaking barriers. It's making millionaires. It's making thousandaires and hundredaires as we speak. There, just maybe pulling back now a little bit. We still have a long target of 216.12. We have 215.99. In my opinion, we still have some other targets here. 2216.22 in alignment with this 1 minute chart here and this 1 minute chart over here. We have different settings here. So let's just try to go to maybe a 5 minute chart just to see what the difference could be here. 216.71. A low of 210.14 for a low target, 213 for a low target. In accordance with this 213 order block here. And then we do have an order block right here at 210.99. We also have that 212 that could be coming up as well. So these are the various areas you could pull back to. Easily could also pull back if you just want to do a quick scalp to the 214.96. But those are just numbers. You must do your own due diligence. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is entertainment. And this really was an entertainment stock on today. This FedEx is just blowing everybody out the water. Who knew that FedEx was going to run from 182, 185 to $215.62 in less than 96 hours? Closing all what you thought about FedEx moving plus or minus $2 and $3 a day. FedEx has now basically broken the mold. Snap also did some movement on today. I got feel for some very grimy positions, but nonetheless, Snap is making progress on today. It actually went as high as $11.57, going near these targets here. Also have a new target up here at 11.58. Pull back before it could get there. Pull back again. And we're trying to figure out, is it going to go back to this 11.35 or is it going to go to this 11.38? If not, could trade back to 11.26, could trade back to 11.19. Ultimately, could trade all the way back down to the opening near 11.02, 11, and of course, down to 10.6. Ultimately could also go down to 9.5, but that's going to take a little while, possibly, unless it has some weird movement during today, aftermarket, pre-market, and aftermarket. There are some other earnings that will be happening on today that could affect Snap's behavior. We have Apple that is going to have earnings on today. They have been making some movements as well. There's a target for 150.6. The high was 150.5. We also have some new information over here saying that there's a possible target of 152.23. But again, we're having issues here where it is having problems recovering, getting back to that 150.5. Could go back to 149, 149.43, 149.58, and a short target of 148.5, 148.16, ultimately 147.68, and a 146.71. But we must respect this trend. Is an uptrend right now, and in some cases on certain charts, it is 1 minute is showing that there's a sell and the current trend is down. But what is the overall trend? Let's try and do 30 minutes just to see what is going to happen with this 30-minute chart. I mean, that's a strong uptrend there. Strong on the 30-minute chart. The trend may keep running. Could Apple get to 153.47? Let's do some extensive analysis on Apple. Apple is in closing on at 150.92. Could go to 153.7. Could go to 152, 153, and 157, and pull back possibly here in this zone area here of 160. But if not, could get to 164. Essentially a 165 move. Is it out of the part for this to happen? Who knows? Who knew that Meta, who is running 38 points, Meta was at 193 and is appearing to recover. Let's see if it's going to return back to this 193. After this 193 area, Meta could very well go to 200. That is a possible area. You see me possibly getting here trying to see what can I do or get a put here. Don't pay me any mind. My counter trending and counter trading is not the best method to do all the time. I have to pretty much make that a better trade. But it could keep going, it could keep going, and even not even return back to this 170. But I'm just trying to see how things work. I don't know, but look how much this has ran from December the 20th to now. Ridiculous movement. So it's already past these areas. So I'm thinking the next area is going to probably go to, has to be probably almost 200 or almost close to it. These are some areas in the past that it has honestly already surpassed. So the only area I see that it really needs to get to is probably this 200, 201. So who knows what it's going to do. Meta could definitely do it. It's been doing a lot of running, but just as quickly as it ran up, you must be mindful that it can pull back. So just be aware of these various areas right here. In the 192 area, we saw that there was an order block here and it pulled back. It could very well pass through there and get back to this area 193, which is also an area of an order block. So just be mindful of those things that are possibly in that area. And this will conclude this brief live trading. I wanted to hit on Apple, Meta, Snap, FedEx. Didn't look at Tesla. United Health is really having a ball game today as well. Finding out about the Medicaid having lower prices. Or Medicare, one of the two. But it appears like it's trying to recover as well. It had a low of 463, pulled back, didn't get back down, went all the way up to 467 and it's pulling back. And it seems like it could have found some level of support at 465.84 and may try to go back and retest this area for that order block that is there. But we don't know. But that is basically a target probably for someone in trading land. And after that, they may try to run up to this 468 and so on and so forth. But we do also see that this was an area of selling that did happen and it pulled back. And another low that it could go after the 463.89 that is marked is at 462.93. That is my opinion. This is not financial advice. Please trade according to your knowledge. Paper trade, it is a high risk. You could lose everything. Please know what you're doing. Again, this concludes this quick broadcast of some of these moving stocks on today. Take care. Look at the earnings calendar today and see all these various great earnings that are happening for this month